Serene Madness. The other day, I was cleaning out a closet and I came across a surprise arsenal in a box. So, just a bunch of stuff. I'm trying to gather up all my weaponry and knife stuff and put it in my collection and put it all in one centrally located place. So I'll just go over it and we'll go through the box. There's tons of stuff in there and I'll show you what's in there. So first of all, I found one of cold steel Delta dots, old school. So that was in there. Is an acrylic thruster that I created a few years back I called this the Bad Kitty. I don't know why. I think because it kind of had a cat thing going on with it. Shape, I don't know. Calls it the Bad Kitty. It's a, hanging on your keys and you can use it as a self-defense thing. Here's another one, similar one, also made from acrylic. And it's just another, knuckle duster made out of acrylic kind of thing. So that's in there. My first set of brass knuckles. This used to be a belt buckle because you could only get brass knuckles in belt buckle forms. Used to, because brass knuckles is still on the ban list. So I basically grinded off the buckle parts and turned it into a regular set of brass knuckles. So I found my first set of brass knuckles. What else we got? An old school pouch. I don't know what's in it. Oh, it's got all my old school 80s shurikens, throwing stars, a whole bunch of them in there. This was back in the early 80s before they banned throwing stars. So I found those. A lot of the stuff actually comes from the 80s. Here's an old ninja pouch from the 80s. I think that was throwing stars in there at one point. Here's another brass knuckle light there. Serrated, frosted acrylic. It's got serratedness to it. Do one of those deals. Here's another little acrylic thruster knife. That's in here. What is this? Looks like some screws. I don't know why that's in there. Throwing spikes. And I just threw a Solomon paracord thingy on there. Knotting just so I can, extra grip. It's the old school 80s throwing spikes. There's one. I think there's a few of them in there. Some carabiners, little tiny carabiners. What else is in there? Oh, there's a lot of 80s stuff in here. Throwing darts, 80s throwing darts. Just, I think these used to have tassels on them. I don't know what happened to the tassels. There's a few of these in here. This is, I know what this is. Paul Eller's Crucible. Paul Ellers is actually a friend of mine, and he's a writer, he's an actor, he is a knife designer, weaponry, he's done stuff like this. He created this little throwing deal called the Crucible, and I have the box of this, and I'm eventually going to send this off to him and have him autograph it for me, because I just think that would be cool. He made a slasher movie, I think back in the 80s, called Madman, and he was Madman Morris, who was the killer in it. So check him out, Paul Ellers, he's a badass. So this was one of his deals. He designed that, created that. More throwing spikes from the 80s. I like these. I might take one of these and do something with it. maybe make a pocket spike out of it or something. There's a few of these in there. Got some knife sheaths. Another spike. That's something fun. A dog bone. Acrylic. You could crush somebody or something or whatever. Dog bone. Acrylic dog bone. Oh, here's something interesting. This is, I forget what they call this. This is another cold steel puncturing spiky thing. They do make one of these with a brush, vet brush on the end of it, plastic brush that slips onto the end of it so it disguises it as a brush. But this one just has the regular spiky handle thing to it, and I just kind of like that. Got some boxes of pops, snap pops, like those. Here's an 80s grenade that I made. I made this a long time ago. It's a grenade. It's got an M80 in it, and you bury this or toss it or whatever, and it's got an old film canister, and it's full of gunpowder in an M80, and it's got BBs in it. So it's a frag grenade. I don't know if you can see this, but the film canister is scored, so it's meant to break apart when it explodes. So yeah, this is a little evil device that I created back a long time ago. I didn't even know if it would work today, but that's something kind of evil that I made. Here's something funny. Here's a little prop knife. One of those retractable prop knives. Yeah. Found that. What's this? Here's one of my ever so lovely and illegal, in this state anyway, retractable batons. One of them. I have a couple of these. Yeah, this is a nice little box of happiness. Mayhem and distraction. Now here's something that I created back in 2012, I believe I created this. This is a very long whip chain rope dart deal that I made. It's a rope dart. It's got a handle. It's a rope, whip chain, rope dart. And it's got a spiky thing on the end of it that you can, I don't know how to use one of these, but I made this back in 2012. Maybe I'll sell it someday, who knows, but it's all handmade. There's a video somewhere back, if you go way back in my videos, there's a video on that. Okay, this is going to end, I'm going to end this right here, because there's way too much stuff in this box. So this is part one. I don't want this video to be really, really long. So this will be part one, and I'll do part two. So I hope you enjoyed that. Find your Serene in a mad world. I'm out.